see if we're on. Oh, here we go. G'day everyone. Oh, can you see me? I'm a bit, oh, g'day, sorry. G'day everyone. I'm just making sure that I've got everything all going, sound, picture. Let's have a look. And I just wanted to make sure that we can be heard and all of that. So if anyone's in the chat, just let us know.
Also, let us know if you can hear me, because we're not sure if this is going through her computer. So make sure you can hear me too.
Yes. So just one moment.
Hey everyone. No. You know what? I muted my thing. I could hold on.
Let's have a look. Oh, a couple.
Yes,
watching.
we're good. We're good for sound.
Okay. Just let me have a look. I'll just get my chat going. Where is it?
Hey Jeff.
Oh, hang on a sec. Back. I need to get back. Oh, where did you go now? Hang on.
Hey Tamara, how are you? Nanette!
Okay,
yes!
all right, okay, all right. Wonderful. G'day Jeff, and g'day Tamara. G'day Nanette, the red glasses are back. You beauty, yes. G'day Hildy, how you going? Sounds good. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I'll get going. First of all, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy and I'm joined by Wendi O'Brien from Artista 365. G'day Wendy, how you going?
Hey, going good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, today's program or live stream. So you're going to have to excuse me because I always fumble. All right. We decided, or Wendi actually suggested for our next stream, she goes, why don't we do an art challenge? And I go, okay, well, that sounds fantastic. And so we were trying to think of what we were, how we were going to go about doing this. And then we also thought about at the same time that how do artists, think about when they're composing their next art project. So what we did is we listed a few topics, and we wrote them down. Oh, first of all, Wendi, you got to say hello. Did you say hello?
I did say hello like 3 times.
Oh, 3 times. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
By the way, how does everybody like the new format of the screen?
Okay, wonderful. All right. I had to come and see what you two crazy artists are up to. Yes. Yes, okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, oh, sorry, I have to go back. So the topics that, that Wendi and I, we were brainstorming some topics for us, or subjects. And we came up with a whole list of things. So the first one, and I have to write these down because I always forget, okay? So we've got people, animal, landscape, insect, sky, flower, plant, tree, food, building, and transportation. So what we had to do was go, there were references that we could actually go hunting for these topics. So I cut these things up and I put them in a like a little jar, as you can see. That's like, you know, drawing names out of a hat. So what had to happen is Wendi had to select 3 and I had to select 3. And then what happened is that Wendi goes away and she hunts for these references, royalty free, whatever, and I did the same. And so we drew names out of a hat, out of a jar, and Wendi's Wendi had to go looking for transportation, flower plant, and insect. So this is what Wendi drew out. And I drew out tree, sky, and people. Right? So we had to use all of those 6 in our composition. Now, Wendi and I don't really know what's going on. So today's going to be the surprise or the bit of the reveal. So we've done part of it. And we just thought to have a bit of a chat and ask and see what you guys and how you guys go about when you're thinking about an art project and how you go about hunting for things, or, you know, anyway, I'm rambling on. So let me have a look, just make sure. Tamara says it's great. Jeff goes, looks good. 2 crazy artists in stereo. Okay, this is real. Okay, all right, Wendi. Now, we haven't seen each other's, all right? So
she wouldn't even tell me what paper she was working on. She wouldn't tell me what medium she was going to use. Clearly, she used pastels. Like, that should be a surprise, right? But we haven't seen or done anything, so we shall see.
All right, but hang on. I think I've just got to adjust my camera. Sorry, guys, just for a moment.
She got a close-up of her hand.
Yeah.
Now we see the pastels. You had to go the other way.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. Right there, right there, right there.
Yeah,
right
okay.
there.
Why is everything so wonky? I'll have to go this way.
Don't know.
All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So, okay, go. I tricked you. Hang on, no, sorry.
I know. I knew you did that. That's why I'm like, oh, this is not happening.
Okay, here we go. So what'd you come up with? Oh, look at yours. Oh, can we do close-ups? Oh, can we do close-ups?
Sure.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, hang on.
Oh, snap. Go back up. All my stuff is falling.
Hey, what is it? Oh.
Here, we'll do it this way. This will be easier.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ah, gosh. Oh, why am I all crooked? Oh, there we go.
Do you really want me to answer that?
That's better. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Go again. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, and you flipped her, didn't you? Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, my goodness. And you've even got a waterfall going down. Oh, wow. Wendi, that's fantastic.
I told you it was way different than what I normally do.
Oh my gosh. Jeff, Nanette says, wow. Tamara says, wow, both are terrific. Okay, now, first of all, what were the art supplies that you're using?
Okay, so for the paper,
yeah.
Well, I started on a different paper and restarted. Yeah. So I ended up with the Canson Métante. Thank you. Métante pastel paper. It's not the touch. It's just the pastel paper. And I use the smooth side.
Okay.
And the reason I chose this is because even though you can't get a lot of layers on here, when you do layer, it goes very fast. So I can put 1 to 2 layers of colored pencil and then blend out with OMS. And then I can just go straight into detail. I don't have to worry about doing like 4, 5, 6 layers to get a nice coverage. So that's why I chose this, and I did it fairly small. It's 8 by, I don't know, 8 by something.
Okay.
Like it's almost square if you go this way, but I wanted extra up here because this is going to be a completely black background.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Hilda goes, both are so good. Jeff goes, out of this world. Fantastic. Both are wonderful. Okay. All right. So with mine, I used Sennelier Pastel Card. Now that is extremely coarse, and what I used was colour pencil. Colour pencil. Hang on, my camera's doing something funny. Colour pencil, and colour pencil, pastel pencil, and what else did I use? And pan pastels as well.
Nice.
And I'm using also the Nu Pastel by Prismacolor as well. So all sorts of things going. Now, I don't normally work in this paper, so, and partly because is that if I get any bit of water on this paper, it is ruined. That's it. You can't even cover it or anything like that. So that's what's going on. Of course, I still have to do a lot with the tree, and I haven't found a place for my rickshaw, but I'm thinking that it's gonna be miniature because I don't know, it's miniature. And my flower and my insect is in the lady's hair.
Nice.
She's got a flower, but you can't really see it. I'm going to see if I can zoom and see if you can see it all zoomed. Why am I so crooked? Why am I so crooked? I know why I'm crooked, because that's it. Okay, here we go. Let me see.
So what you're saying is Will cannot use this paper because he likes to spit on everything he does.
Yeah, something like that.
So therefore, this would not be a paper that he should choose to use.
Yeah, and like, you know, if you're a spitter. Okay, I'm getting closer. I don't know. Can you see that now? Whoa, this way. So my flower and the insect is in her hair.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So, and I tell you what, it's just, yeah. It's again out of my comfort zone. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you should talk. Nanette's asking, will I blend the black for the background? Actually, the background I'm going to leave like this for the underlayer. I have what's called the Stabilo All pencils. And these are super, super vibrant black. I've done several backgrounds with these. And they're almost like a wax-based type pencil. And they go down super, super quick. And you'll see when I work on it that you blow through the pencils really quick, but you can't beat the back. Words are hard today. The black background. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Nanette also says, if you spill your wine on it, well, yes. Okay. So I got a few questions. And Wendi and I were putting these, Wendi were brainstorming, and we came to a few questions about what you do when you're starting a project. Like, what are you thinking about? So Wendi, when you had all of these images that you had to go looking for, what did you think, apart from the obvious?
I thought, what the heck are we gonna do with these? Yeah. Like when I chose my images, you know, I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Because like the flower, it could be a flower or a plant. So then I'm like, well, do I want to do a flower or do I want to do a plant? So I just started searching images. I mean, I really didn't have an idea, so to speak. And then I came across this flower and I'm like, well, I really like that flower, so I'll go ahead and save it. So I saved out images that I liked. And then a bug. I mean, you know, I looked at spider. I mean, what am I going to do with a bug? I mean, you know,
Hmm.
but I found this ladybug that was just, I loved the layout of it. I've never seen a ladybug, you know, in that position. I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. And it can kind of go with the flower I found. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, now I've got this lotus type flower and this ladybug, which is very Asian type. So I'm like, And then I started looking at transportation, and I'm like, okay, we could do a surfboard, we could do skateboard. I mean, I was trying to do something out of what would be expected.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, a rickshaw. What the heck? Why not?
Yeah, thanks for that one, because, you know, how am I going to think about that one? Anyway, I'm still stuck. Can I just say I haven't drawn it in but I know where I want to put it. I want to put it right next to the tree as a miniature because, you know, in proportion with the tree, because I'm thinking, what, do I give her a tattoo of a rickshaw? What do I do? I just could not think for the life of me where to put it, and I thought that's the only place. And of course,
well, you know,
yeah.
When you gave me your pictures, I thought I was still kind of stuck on the Asian theme, right? And then you gave me the picture of the girl, and I'm like, you know, it'd be really cool to have her like still sitting at the table like she was, and then having like a window behind her, and then having this scene in the window with, you know, where it's like a Japanese pagoda with a sunset, and then my first idea was to take the ladybug and actually have him carry the flower.
Ah.
And then have the rickshaw kind of sitting down by the thing. But then I started laying it out. I'm like, this is not working. This is just not working. So then I'm like, this is not working. So I'm like, I have got to come up with something. So then I started going through and just looking at pictures, like just looking at landscape pictures. I'm like, what am I going to do? And then I came across this. And this picture actually doesn't look, well, it kind of looks like this in the original, but not really. But it had like this frame, and then it was like in this like wall of stuff, and I like the waterfall. I'm like, you know what, this would be really cool. And as soon as I found this picture, I knew this was the one that I wanted to use to incorporate this. And then I'm like, this girl is kind of cool. She could be looking out like it's her own world that she's in, right? So she has the tree behind her, this crazy tree. I don't know what you're thinking with this tree, but, you know, whatever. With this cool sunset. And then she's looking into this other world, like more of a surreal world where this ladybug is like pulling this rickshaw across this thing with this flower, you know, canopy, because a lot of rickshaws have canopies. So I kind of took it a little surreal, but kind of a little fun way. But she's kind of looking into this other world was kind of my idea. And so like the water is spilling from her world into this surreal world that you know, kind of incorporates the two. Yeah. So that was my thinking on this.
Well, I think you've done a fantastic job. I'm just trying to fix my thing. All of a sudden,
even your camera.
I know there's something going on. I don't know why it's doing that, but
yes, it's called You and Me Together. Something always happens.
Sliding all over the place. Anyway, well, you know what? Oh, sorry.
Nanette, you crack me up.
What? You're drinking, Wendi, pleasure.
Okay, when I came up with this idea, I'm gonna take a you know, I was on some medication because this was right after that I threw my back out. Okay, so I was on some serious medication, pain medication, when I came up with this. Okay,
but you know this. You know what? It's so cool. It's so surreal. It's something that, like, I love all of that stuff. That's the stuff I love. You know what I mean? And you know, it makes you look twice at it. I like a painting that makes you like do a double take. They're the things I really like. So, plus, you know, I mean, this is in the ugly stage, okay?
So is mine.
It's the really ugly stage. Really, really ugly stage. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask also the people that have joined us today, and I just wanted to ask a few questions, and plus with Wendi, and hopefully I'll be able to, we'll be able to answer some of this stuff. Nanette says, I saw a snow globe when I first looked at it.
Nice.
Okay, so for the thing, when you're composing, and of course when I was thinking about these images, I thought, how am I going to do this? Because I wanted to, like I said before, use a paper that I don't normally use, and because then it wouldn't be much of an art challenge, would it?
That's true. I don't know. You can't find a place for the rickshaw, so that's pretty art challenging to me.
Yeah, I'm struggling. But you know what? When you see it finished, you'll think, that's where she put it. Who knows? I might tuck it. I might tuck it behind her. Who knows? No, I won't. No, I won't do that. That's not real. That's not. No. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought, I really liked her, and I liked the sky. And then I started to, and then when I saw the flower, and I thought, geez, where am I going to put this flower? And I thought, you know, you could put a flower in her hair, couldn't you? You know, I mean, it's not as pronounced as yours, but, and of course you can't see it, but the ladybug or the insect thingy is pretty much acting like a bee, actually. Okay, yeah. So, but the interesting thing with this paper, now I've got to talk about this paper, because you know what? You can use solvent on this paper. Dangle the rickshaw from a helicopter in the background.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that idea.
Dangle the rickshaw from a helicopter in the background. You know what? Don't tempt me, Nanette. I might just do that for fun. I'll go with dangling off a branch, even. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe.
Yeah, like a Christmas tree. There you go.
Exactly. So.
And you could do a whole bunch of them and make it a rickshaw tree. Since you love it so much, do more than one.
Oh man. Okay, so the one thing which I found was incredible was you can blend with odorless mineral spirits on pastel card. And I did a test, and I uploaded a video about water, the reactions between water and OMS or zested, and I was just amazed. Now I did this in a paper in our paper swatching exercise as well, and I was ready for that to when I used OMS in one of those examples that we did, and I was expecting it to fall away, but it didn't. And I didn't pay too much attention to it because I thought, maybe it was the paper and I fluked it. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this exercise. And when I did it, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Now, I don't even know what this paper is made of. I've gone on the site. There's not much information, you know. They're not going to tell everybody their trade secrets probably on how they make something. But it's just incredible. So for people that like using that paper, you know, that's an added thing. Oh, g'day, Crystal. How you going? Welcome. Nice to see you here. Fantastic.
Hey, Crystal.
So there you go. There's another tip, trick thing. All right, so there's that. So what else? Okay.
I agree, Hildy. That was an excellent video. That was probably one of the most informative, besides the little envelopes that you've done. That's probably one of, I mean, don't get me wrong, the other ones are good, but I think as far as informative and giving like information that people aren't really aware of, you know, or practice as much, that one definitely hands down.
Well, thanks, Wendy. Yeah, thanks, Hildy. Yeah, and I was talking to Wendy about it too, you know, a while back, and Wendy suggested, she goes, why don't you just do a video on it? And I thought, oh, what a great idea. And I thought, well, seeing as seeing as I'm using pastel card, and I thought, well, let me just upload this video so at least you can actually have a look at the process. Yeah. So here again, like I used color pencil. I used, now your favorite, Wendi, Pro Color.
You know, I actually found a use for the Pro Color today, or on this project. They layer beautifully over polychromos.
Ah.
I don't know why, but when I can't get any more layers on, they layer.
Show you.
You know, she came up with that idea. I said, go for it. I don't know. She wants to do 2, though. She's already mad she has to do 1.
Just crazy, crazy. Well, I better get stuck into doing some of this because that's the whole point of it. Yeah, so, yeah, and so some of my questions are maybe to people in the chat as well, you know, like where do you get your inspiration from? Like, you know, Wendi, when you're starting something, I mean, apart from this little challenge, I mean, if you're trying to think of something, where do you get your inspiration from? Or do you have to be in the mood? Or is it something that you've
in the mood?
Well, you know.
I was waiting till I got in the mood. I never do anything.
You know, so because you posted you posted the hands. It was a graphite piece, and it was a potter's hand.
Actually, I don't think I've posted that one yet.
Oh, sorry. Did I?
I will show. No, it's fine. I will show it.
Was that
actually? This was actually from Crystal, who's in the chat. She wanted me to help her how to do hands, because she was struggling with creating hands for one of her commissions. So she provided me with this photo. And then I did these hands, and I was kind of showing her, you know, how to get depth with the hands and make it 3D, and how just little minor adding darks to just minor areas just makes a huge difference creating the piece. So
yeah, it turned out awesome. I really love it. Really, really nice. So where do you get your inspiration from when you're
a lot of mine comes from just looking at photos. Sometimes I have an idea, like I had that, an idea. I actually have a video that's going to be coming out next month, probably. It's going to be a collaboration between five or six of us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And it was just an idea that came to me. And it's more of, it's on why you should create your own line drawings. And I had to go look for a photo. So that one started with a particular idea. Sometimes it just comes down to looking at photos. And I try to find photos that evoke a feeling in me. You know, and sometimes it goes with the feeling that you are feeling that day. So the reference has to evoke a feeling in me. I find that if it doesn't evoke a feeling in me, I don't spend as much time on it. I don't care. You know, it's like, well, I'll just do this for practice or whatever because it doesn't matter to me as much. But like the things that really matter to me, and actually I want to do like a series on or something like that, it's all pictures that evoke feelings on me. I have a baby animal series I want to do. I have like 4 more pictures that I already have. In fact, I showed you one, Christy, the one with the baby and the lion.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I want to do that. So that's like going to be an entire series. But that came from one photo, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this photo. And the idea then sparked, well, how do other baby animals react with their moms, or moms react to the babies, or something along those lines? So yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, a lot of it comes from just ideas or just looking at photos, and then that just escalates and roller coasters into the other.
So that's pretty good, isn't it?
Thank you, Tamara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tamara says, I'm the same, Wendy. I painted the ocean because my mum lives there, and I was thinking of her. That's lovely, and that's it, isn't it? It's just like an idea in your head, and you know, sometimes, like, for example, if you've got the idea in your head, you know, so then you go looking for photos or images. I mean, sometimes we're not always in a place where we can, you know, like, you know, in a like you were saying, a line. I mean, you can't actually go into the, I mean, you can go into the safari, but it's probably not safe. Probably not safe. So, I mean, you know, there are so many images on the internet. I mean, it's just, you know, anyway. So, yeah, so then you go looking for images and try to put things together, and yeah, I like that idea. Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to stomp around in your head to find some ideas, because man, you got some ideas that, wow. But you know, you knocked down that door and I came up with that owl idea, and I don't know where that came from, but whatever.
Well, that's it, you know, and of course, you know, everybody bounces ideas off each other and stuff like that. So, yeah, yeah. And so,
where do you get your ideas from?
You know, that's a very good question. A lot of people have asked me that, and I'm not really quite sure sometimes.
Oh, I have to come up with an answer, and you don't have to?
All right, okay, I do. So, all right. Well, you see, because they just pop into my head. I've got an image of something that just comes into my head. Granted, I I think of something, or I actually go onto the internet and I have a look at all the images and stuff like that. And sometimes an image inspires me, and it gives me an idea. And then it's got like a domino effect. I'm going, oh yeah, how about that? How about that? And then that's when I start to build pictures in my head. But lately I've actually had a few, and I know because I want to be practicing for this really big one that I want to do, and it's scaring the living daylights out of me because, one, I've said to everyone that I'm going to do it, but two, I think that it's worthy of doing, and I like to push myself as much as I can without it making it look really yucky, of course. But yeah, hang on, I was going somewhere with this. I was going somewhere with this.
Apparently the cab drove by and took it with you.
I was going somewhere with this. Yeah. Yeah. So what inspires me? Yeah, it's just pretty much an idea that pops into my head, and if I haven't got an idea, I actually just view a whole heap of photos. Oh, that's right. And the last few ones that I've posted with this man in the mountain and this grey owl hovering over this girl. The man in the mountain was an image as it is, like that. I didn't have to do anything to it. I go, wow, this I like so much, and I didn't even have to think about it, composing a picture, because it's something that I like. And of course then on Instagram, which is a great resource because it's just images, right? So another platform, and that photographer, her name is Katerina, I think that's how you say it, and it's a Russian name, but yeah, and I've actually linked her in that previous video. Just the shots that she's taken, like this woman hugging a bear and these wolves on either side, and a woman holding a fox. I'm going, you know what, I'm going to do every one of those. They are just awesome photos. So sometimes, and of course I actually got permission. I actually I emailed her, or I texted her, and I said, I explained to her who I was and all of that, and I said, look, really like your photos, they're just awesome. I said, would you mind if I use some of them for reference? And she goes, go ahead. And of course I will credit her every time I do that. So, and I'll credit the image every time I do something like that. And like, yeah, so it could be anywhere. Inspiration's everywhere and anywhere. There's no way, you can't No one can say, I don't know what to paint. I don't know what to draw. You know what I mean?
Yep. Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Ah.
Tamara says, I look at photos and then think how to change them or add things to them.
Yes.
Or take a few photos like we did and just create something unique, you know. Also, how hard are you pushing? That's really black. So I'm not really pushing that hard. Probably as hard as you would if you were burnishing your colored pencils. This is a little bit more of a textured paper, so I have to push just slightly harder than I would say on Bristol or something like that. But I mean, it's really not that hard. These pencils, as you can see, there's like a lot of flyaways because the pencil breaks down really, really quickly. So you do blow through the pencil really fast, but I mean, you can't beat the black. I mean, this is the blackest I've seen. And I was introduced to this black pencil through the Strathmore Learning Series that I've been doing reviews on and doing the projects. So I was introduced to this pencil through that. And I have like a love-hate relationship with this pencil. It's the last thing you want to do because you can see how it does this, and you work bottom to top, left to right, unless you're left-handed, then it'd be bottom to top, right to left, because you don't want to push down and get this like messed up on your piece. But again, you can't beat the final product of it. So I mean, it's for this piece, it was worth it. I did start this piece on another paper that was a black paper, and I don't like it. Just saying. I did not find, and since I already messed up the piece, I started playing with different mediums on the paper. Not impressed. Just really not. I guess it would be fine with pastels, which I tried a couple pastel pencils and I could see how it would work, but I don't care for it. So I don't know what I'm going to use that paper for. I have no idea.
And then it says,
that was the color fix paper. I don't like the color fix paper.
Ah. You liked it for color pencil though, remember?
No, I didn't try color fix paper.
Wasn't it? Which one was it? The sanded
one? I tried the UArt. The UArt paper I like. And did I try pastel matte? I don't remember if I tried pastel matte. But the UArt paper I like.
Okay, I'm going to have to go have a look because I thought you were... Okay, that's all right. My memory's bad then.
That's okay, so is mine. Part-timers.
Hang on, what time is it? Is it time to have a glass of wine? It's only 10:30.
Yes, it's 8:30. So yes, that one.
Maybe try layering purple over the black paper. A little more depth. Yeah, that's not a bad idea too. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Also, where do you get your references, reference photos from? Do you take your own photos, or where do you go looking? Where's some sites that you like to, or your go-to site actually?
Lately I've been starting at Pixabay.
Yep.
Just because it's free and why not? Everybody else goes there, right?
Yeah.
I do check other places like I refuse to use stock photo ever again. But I do well, you use deposit photo as well. You introduced me to that. I also use Dreams Time, Paint My Photo.
Yep.
Gosh, there's so many out there. I found a whole bunch of them the other day, and it's just like, oh my goodness.
There's so much.
There is. And some of them are subscription, you know, and some of them are free. And then, of course, you got, what is it, stock photo, not stock photo, the other one.
It's story blocks.
Yes.
Were they?
So
They used
was
to.
it story blocks? That I don't. Yeah, story blocks is the one I'll never use again. That's the one. I had a falling out with them.
Crystal says Unsplash. Is that a website, a photo reference website? Unsplash. I'm gonna have to write all of these things down.
I think it is.
Okay. Tamara says I don't like black paper either. Very flat looking. Nanette says,
well, it wasn't so much that it was black; it was the actual paper itself. I didn't like the way anything laid down on it. It wasn't laying smooth. It wasn't blending. I just didn't like the paper at all.
Nanette says, another inspiration: put the rickshaw in a thought bubble.
I love that idea.
You know what, Nanette?
Or just a regular bubble. You know, have a bunch of bubbles going, right? Like she has a bubble machine in front of her, right? And there's all these bubbles going up, kind of like rain, but you know, going up instead.
I like that. You know what? I'm going to give it a go. You know,
and then put a rickshaw in a couple of them. Yeah, see?
I'm going to have to write this one down. Oh, hang on. I can probably go later.
We're gonna get your rickshaw going between all of us.
Oh dear. Love it, Nanette. Fantastic. Pixabay, Russ Bridges group on Facebook. Fantastic.
Oh, I love his pictures. He's got awesome pictures.
Oh gosh, now I've got to be writing all of this stuff down.
You do need to write all this down. I agree.
Okay, Unsplash.
And then you need to share it.
I will. Unsplash. I'm writing down. Okay, folks. Unsplash. Russ. Okay. Russ Bridges on Facebook.
There's actually a couple others on Facebook that
there is, and I've
yeah, there's like 3 that I know of for sure, and they're like, just use them, you know, just give us credit. That's all they care about.
I mean, isn't that fantastic? I think they're so generous.
Yeah,
so generous.
Oh, I also use Jason Morgan's wildlife photos.
Oh yeah,
I have his whole collection because
yeah.
Of course I do.
Well, I've got a few of his CDs as well. It's been a while since I've got anything from him, but I have got a few of his CDs. I also go into wild reference photos. That one?
That is his.
No. What's the one where Lisa talks about a lot?
That's Jason Morgan's.
Not Jason Morgan's. Oh, jeez. I'm going to think about it now. It's going to be Sarah Stribling. It's her family that take the photos. This is an artist. Oh. I'll think of it and it'll come to me. You watch. Hopefully. But whatever I think of, I'll put in the description box. But for those who are having I've added and I've tagged all the reference photos that we're using today. So just so you know what we were looking at and what we were putting together. So I've done all of that. And also I just wanted to ask, when you're composing a painting or a drawing, do you consider the medium before you compose a project?
Are you asking me or are you asking them?
You? Anyone that's... Do you consider the medium? Wild reference photos. There you go. Hildy's, yeah, wild reference.
Yeah, but that's Jason Morgan.
No. It's what?
Yes.
You're going to make me look this up.
Do it. Do it. You got your phone right there. Do it.
I'm sure.
To answer your question, very rarely.
Okay.
I usually let the picture itself dictate what my medium's going to be.
Yeah.
Because some pictures just call for certain mediums.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, you sure? I don't know.
Yeah. See, Tamara says, no, it's Sarah scribbling. Is it scribbling or stribbling? Tamara, is it really? Scribbling? Stribbling. Oh, gosh. I can't think. There you go.
My phone says that you're live, by the way. Just want you to know.
Okay. Tamara says, yep. Okay. Scribbling.
WildlifeReferencePhotos.com.
You're going to make me check tomorrow.
I'm looking too. Huh. Well, what's Jason Morgan's? It's wildlife something.
Wildlife reference.
Oh, look at that bird. Oh my gosh, look at that bird. That was an awesome picture. Okay, if y'all haven't gone out there, you gotta go check this out. There's a slideshow on the front page, and this bird is, oh my gosh. Can you like go fast? I want go faster, slideshow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Scribbling. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, there it is there. Hang on.
Well, what's Jason Morgan's? Jason Morgan.
Scribbling? I'm going to have to go into... I can't see a name.
See, now y'all started something here, people.
But Sarah Stribbling. There you go. Stribbling. There you go. That's it. Oops. Wine typing. Are you drinking too? Because guess what, ladies, and Jeff, and in the chat, look what I've got.
Ooh, you brought one down. Look at you.
But I'm patiently waiting till midday. Why? Maybe.
Seriously. Dude, it's 9 o'clock. It's almost 9 o'clock here. Plenty of time. Okay, here's this wildlife art.
There you go. Yeah.
That's why.
See?
This is wildlife art.
Hildy says, run by the Stribbling family. Yes, because they're a bunch of that's right. I always buy the $5 pack, and I do too when I'm looking in there, and I'm thinking, yes, I do that as well. So there's so many sites that you can actually go and find stuff, and royalty-free sites as well. And of course, like we were talking about, photographers who are happy to share their photos, and there's just so much. I just think so. You know, if you're someone that likes, you know, painting animals and drawing animals, and you do that. And if you like portraits, well, you do that, and landscapes, and you know, I always say, so much art. No, what is it? Too much art, so little time.
So little time.
So little time. I got so much I want to do, so little time. So do you consider the medium when you're composing the project? Well, with me, I probably don't mostly. I always go for the project first. Then I think about what medium I want to use.
This one was hard.
Yeah.
To choose what medium.
Yeah. Tamara says they have amazing photos. Sorry, I've read that. So I had a couple of photographers on Instagram tell me it's okay to use their photos too. See, of course, you know. So, and which is nice. And of course, I tag the photographer. Like I've tagged this lady. So many amazing photographers at Vero. So inspiring. Hildy, I haven't looked, but I'm actually going to look. I haven't had time to look at that, but yeah, I will. Definitely. And the quality's so good too, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I just make sure that I need to be happy with the image or the composition that I've done before I think about doing it. Yeah, which always reminds me of this one that I want to do so badly. You know, my color pencil one that, this fantasy landscape that I just keep on choosing different mediums, and I know what I'm going to go to, but I say it all the time. Crystal says, what is a good site for portraits? Well, Pixabay's got beautiful images for portraits. When I went looking for this people, honestly, I could have chosen so many, but I thought I had to choose one. But there are so many. Pixabay is good, yeah, for sure.
Can I say, do not try to learn. Okay, I have done graphite portrait, but I have not done color pencil portrait. Do not try to learn how to do a color pencil portrait on a face that's the size of your pinky. Do not do that. It will not work, okay? I'm surprised she even looks like a person at this point, because let me tell you, she did not at one point. She looked like an alien, okay? So, yeah, do not try to learn how to do a portrait on someone this size. No, 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 no.
Well, you managed all right. See, for me, this is quite small for me, so I think I'm already. I know I'm going to struggle, but I'm going to keep at it. Because
I mean, I could do more on her face, but no, just no.
No. And here's another question for you, Wendy, and for anyone who's listening in the chat as well. Do you use a computer or any IT program, or do you just sketch your composition?
Mine depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm coming up with this is gonna break. If I'm coming up with a project like from my head, I usually try to sketch I told you it was gonna break. I know these things. I usually try to sketch my thing out on a piece of paper just to get an idea. I do that a lot when I do logos and whatnot. I sketch it out first to get like a shape and a design first, and then I'll go in and use like Photoshop and whatnot. But when something like this, since I did not have a computer at the time, I was forced to learn a whole new program on my iPad, and I actually created this on my iPad, and then I saved it as a PSD. So when I did get my computer back, which, oh, by the way, is not the same one I had. We had to end up building my new computer, which I absolutely love. NASA would love it too, but you know, we'll go on with that. And then, but yeah, so I just took it in there and tweaked it a little bit and made it the size I needed. And then that was another thing, the size of the piece. So knowing this was a collaboration, I didn't want something that was going to last like a month. And I actually started working on this. I have 12 hours into this, basically, because my camera does 12 hours and 20 some odd minutes of recording time. So I have 12 hours into this, actually less than that because I started over. So maybe 10 hours into this. And like I said, it's fairly small, and I did that on purpose. So yeah.
Okay.
So yes, I do. How's that?
Okay. Well, for me, I use various things. Sometimes I'll sketch something in my sketchbook. I've got an idea, and I'll use watercolor to do that. Sometimes, believe it or not. I use Photoshop elements. Tamara says I use Sketchbook on my computer. Dean, g'day Dean, how you going? The setup is really well.
Hi,
set up.
Dean.
Oh, Dean is my nephew, so got family coming over again today, which is wonderful. So
you know, he did say he was going to come check this out when we did it.
yes, he did. Yes, he did. So hope you like it, mate. Yeah, so I use Photoshop elements. Crystal says I use Photoshop CS6. Yeah. The elements is one that you don't need a subscription on, which I want to get a subscription because I want to get a whole heap of other things with Photoshop. But I also, for people that don't know, who don't use Photoshop and have got Microsoft Office, you could also use PowerPoint.
I love PowerPoint. You can just, people, that's an underutilized, words, hello, come. That is an underutilized program. Okay, there.
And you're not even drinking wine.
I know.
Jeff goes, thanks to you guys, I now use Procreate app. You know what? I'm writing that one down because I'm going to go into that one.
I love Procreate. You can use it just like Photoshop. It's so nice.
Okay, I'm writing this one down.
Jeff, do you watch James Jeweler? He's an awesome Procreate artist. He has a YouTube channel. That's where I was actually introduced to Procreate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all these. Look, I always have homework after live streams. I've always got homework. You guys give me homework.
And I guarantee you, she does not throw it away because she shows me her list. People, okay? She has like all these lists. I go, you should really combine them into like one thing. But she has like all these little pieces of paper like laying around. She's like, look at this homework I have. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so PowerPoint. Jeff goes, PowerPoint is wonderful. It's a wonderful drawing program because there is a little function there where you can take away background or all sorts of things, you know, but just to give you an idea, it's not exactly like Photoshop, but you have an idea as to how the image is going to look. And of course, then you have creative license. You do whatever you want, but at least you've got an idea. For those who don't have all of those other programs, and most people have got Microsoft Office. So, yeah, so there's that. I do that as well. What else do I do? Jeff goes, I now do because you gave me his name last time. Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm always up for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's nice, you know, helping each other, and, you know, there's no need for, like, people get mysterious and I don't understand why. What, you know, yeah, I like sharing too. All these little tips and tricks that I find out, I always like to share them.
What good is having the knowledge if you don't share it? I mean, it's just sitting there anyway.
Exactly.
And trust me, I have a lot of useless knowledge, okay?
You have no idea what Wendi knows. Every time I'm wondering about something, she goes, oh yeah, I know that. Or I go, how? Oh, gosh.
Or I know where to find it. One of the two.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's another question. Do you consider the size of the project before composing a project?
Not very often. It depends. Like when I figure out what I'm doing, sometimes I do, but very rare. It's usually again, the project or what I find dictates what the size is, much like anything else.
Okay. See, because for me, I think about, okay, well, I want to do a small painting, so I compose something small for that, because, see something like what I'm doing now, it would have been much better if it was twice the size.
So, I so agree. I wouldn't have struggled with Chicky Woman as much, I don't think.
Chicky Woman. Oh, Tamara says, this is fun. Thanks for doing this, ladies. Oh, yeah, no worries. You know, all good.
Chrissy's actually talking about doing 2 a month. She has brought that subject up. She's like, maybe we should do this a couple times a month.
Yeah. Would you guys like us to do this twice a month instead of maybe once a month?
Like maybe do one like you know, conversation with where we actually talk about things, and then do another one where we work on things and just talk about miscellaneous stuff.
Oh yeah, I like that. But that, yeah.
Because you know we are a couple of miscellaneous people, so.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
And in case y'all, okay, so we were having this conversation just before, because you know it's a random conversation. Why not? So we were having this conversation just before stream started. It's like, I wonder what people do, or if people think about what do these people do before live streams, like, you know, when you do a multiple live stream or something like this, because you know you have to contact each other before, make sure everything's set up and stuff like that. So I wonder if people know or have any idea what we do beforehand. Right before we went live, I shared a picture of my son busting his head open. And she looks up to the screen. She was doing something. She looks up to the screen, and there's this big picture of my son, his head just busted open. And she's like, oh, right before stream. And then she starts. It's like, okay, let's start.
Yeah, mind you, seconds, okay? Seconds before. Not even like 10 minutes so I can digest, okay? So, let me see. Jeff goes, you sure are. Tamara says, we should choose the subjects for you. Oh my goodness.
That would be fun.
All right, hang on. Tamara, writing this down.
That would be fun.
Hang on. Okay. Getting my art friends, or our art friends. I'm writing it like that down. Getting our art friends to choose. Okay.
Oh no, Nanette's in for that.
For sure.
Nanette, don't leave it just up to Nanette though, because oh my gosh, can you imagine what she's gonna come up with? You're gonna end up with like rickshaws floating in the air or something.
Yeah, so with talking about the size of the project before composing, because that's like I wanted to get that's why I wanted to do a really big one, because of the ideas that I have. This big one that I want to do, it's part of my element playing card collection, and the idea is 4 realms. It'll be the realm of fire, the realm of water, the realm of air and earth. And they're all different landscapes, and I'm going to mix them or intermingle them with one.
Hold on, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I am blurry and I'm big. Why am I blurry? Well, I am naturally big, thank you. But I'm working on that. But I don't know why it did that. Why did it do that?
Is it your internet connection?
No, I'm hardwired now. And I have my own little internet connection. Yes, I did that too.
Did you press something? Says Hildy.
No, let me go over to OBS. Continue talking. Okay. I will figure it out.
All right. So so I'm having these 4 realms in one painting, but there's so much detail that I couldn't possibly do it in the smaller sizes, and even like the ones where with my element animals and the ladies, it's actually going to be bigger than that. So you can see why I'm actually a bit nervous in doing that. So I actually do consider the size of the project before I Nanette says, do you think evil thoughts? So do you think that's that's what's making Wendy's picture so blurry, perhaps? That's interesting. Yeah. So there's that.
You didn't shrink me, did you, Chrissy?
I didn't touch
no,
a
because
thing.
if you shrank me, then I would be frozen too.
I didn't do anything.
Keep on going.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything. Looks like a signal problem, Wendy Jeff reckons, perhaps, because the stream is saying it's stream health is good. So, but I'm not quite sure. What else? I haven't touched anything. I promise.
Well, keep going.
Okay, so yes, and I just wanted to see, what about you guys in the chat? And people who are looking or viewing this in the playback, do you consider a size of a project before you start, or yeah, do you consider the size of the project before composing your project? So I thought that would be interesting. Nanette says, Chrissy, will the big project be on pastel mat? Yes. What else? What else? But it's, you know what, it's going to be on a board, and Claire Fontaine make this even bigger one. It's 100 by 100, and is it 120 by, it's 100 by 100 centimeters by 70? No, so yes, 100 set, yeah. So it's a meter. Oh no, it's a meter by 70, so it's huge. Oh, here, you're back.
There we go.
But you're frozen now. Did I?
No, I don't want to be frozen. Do not freeze me.
All right, let me check. Hang on. Hopefully I didn't do anything. Just hang on.
I do not want to be frozen.
No, you're not. Okay, I didn't. Oh, hang on, Wendy. What did I do? Sorry, guys. Just 2 secs.
Oh, we're back to sex again.
Hang on.
2, 3, 4. Come on now. And look, Jeff says size depends upon what you have on hand. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, Wendy, what did I do? I didn't do anything here. I didn't. All right, hang on.
It might have been because I changed my thing.
Okay, sorry, guys. Just to. Oop. Okay. Okay. I'm actually getting a good look at your painting here, which is pretty good.
Well, there you go. See.
I'm
frozen, but I'm still talking. I just can't win. Yeah, pretty much.
Wendy, did I do something to
No, I think you're fine. Just continue on. I'm going to go try to fix this. So
all right,
you do what you need to do. I'll keep talking, and because
right.
apparently I can still talk even when I'm frozen. And if I can just get the ice to go with it, we'd be good to go.
Okay. All right. Okay. So. All right.
You're going to see some weird things happening on the screen. Just ignore me.
Okay. So, another thing. Hang on. I'll just. Sorry, folks. 2 secs. Oh yeah, I'm back again with the sex, but seconds.
You just like sex.
That's oh. Okay. Jeff says size depends on what I have on hand. Jeff says size depends on what I have on hand, and Nanette says you're frozen, but you're still talking. Just can't win. Nanette says just don't sing. Let it go. Gosh.
She's taking all the fun out of it.
Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. All right. So, so the next, and so yeah. So, and here's a let me see another question which I thought of,
Okay, we are good to go for the moment anyway.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, here's something. What are our, okay, so Wendy, what are your fears before starting a project? And that goes for the people as well in the chat. Like, what are your fears? Do you have any fears? I mean, I can tell you now from my point of view, I'm scared. I was just going to swear, actually. I was going to say something naughty, but I swear. Oh, no, no. Hang on. I get scared every time I start something. And I suppose...
It's true.
And, well, when I say scared, I suppose that comes down to a confidence issue. Some would say. My fear also is that I want to do a good job. I want to improve on my skill, and yeah, so they're the sorts of things that go through my mind. No, I didn't touch it. Look, hands. It might fix itself, Wendy, do you think?
I don't know. Y'all are just gonna have to see me blurry. Sorry.
It might fix.
It might
fix itself. Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so,
you know, it's not as blurry on YouTube as what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Oh.
But you know, you freak out too. Like, you know, my whole side went blurry, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's okay.
Okay.
No biggie.
All right, because I don't want to do something to you, like to your side.
No, you're fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just keep on going.
Yeah. Jeff goes, me too, Chrissy. Always a big fight with confidence. And it says, I'm afraid of wasting expensive paper. I almost always start things twice. Yes.
Why do you start things twice?
Me? Oh,
well,
Nanette.
no, Nanette says she always starts things twice. Well, why do you always start things twice? I mean, if you almost always start things twice, is it because you felt you chose the wrong papers? Do you always start on the same paper, or do you change mediums when you start twice? I mean, why do you start twice? You know what I'm saying? Like, I started this project again because I didn't like the way my medium I was using. Never happy with the first one. I can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, then, how do you feel about redoing projects, Chrissy? Like, if you do, say, a project, and I'm not saying whether you're happy with it or not, like, does it bug you that you redo it, or?
No. I'm happy. I'm happy to redo. I could redo it 2-3 times over. I'm happy to do that.
You don't get bored with it?
No. No. The reason why is because I learned from it when I do that. I learned from, I'll go, yep, her lips were a bit skew-if. Oh, here we go again. Her lips were a bit wonky, right? and then I go, nah, I know how to fix that. Or, you know what I mean? Things like that. So I'm quite happy because it's the end product that people see, or that I see. No one sees you with the struggles that you do to get hands right. I remember hands. Oh my gosh, hands. You love them hands. Oh, hands.
You know, we have to work on your hair.
And hair. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm afraid of what? Yes. I'm never happy with, it's like I get the bugs out on the first try. Okay. And yes, I learned so much from my mistakes. Yeah. The ugly hand. Do you remember, Nanette, that ugly hand? You know how many times I've looked at that hand when I've seen when I have a look at that painting. I thought, and you know what? I really do shake my head. I'm going, wow. Because Dave, my husband, he called it monkey hands. He called it monkey. He goes, what are those? Because I showed him. I go, what do you think of that? And he's going, look at a hand. It looks like monkey hands. I'm thinking, oh, fine. I know that. Leave it with me. And that one was a beauty. Yeah. So I just.
So are we going to redo those hands?
The hands.
Yeah, are we going to redo that one with the ugly hands?
No. That one is okay. And Nanette says that's when we first met. Oh, that was so nice. Yes, it was. It was. You were so nice to me then, Nanette. Yeah. So. Yeah. And here's something. I mean. Here's a question. How different your work comes out when you're emotionally invested in a piece versus no attachment? And I think that's a very good point, Wendy. You've actually brought that up.
Yes.
Do you get attached? Yes. Do you get attached to some artwork?
Mine is more so when I find the piece and I create the piece. Not the artwork, so to speak. I mean, the artwork a little bit, but I have to love the piece that I'm doing to really spend that time and go through that struggle of, well, I don't feel like doing this, or keeping motivated. And trust me, I do not stay motivated. That stupid ice, oh my gosh. The piece turned out lovely. I love the piece, but the ice, oh my good night.
That's like rocks, isn't it? Rocks and ice.
No, rocks are easier than ice.
Maybe in your head, but not in mine.
I have rocks. I have a rock.
You got rocks in your head, have you?
No, I have rocks. Okay, yes, I do have rocks in my head too. But I have rocks in my piece, and my rocks did not take hardly any time. I love doing rocks.
Yeah.
Ice. It just took forever because you have the whole reflection and all of it. And that's what, creating that is very time consuming.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I was only having a dig.
I know.
I've got to get some back.
My expense this time.
I've got to get some back. It's my 1 to your 10.
Well, you got to think fast, man. Got to think fast.
I'm not quick-witted enough. You're so quick. And Annette says, she already redid it. Yeah, I did. But yeah, no, because I showed in the actual video, you actually see how horribly ugly it is. It is really bad. And then I sort of worked through it and fixed it. But you know what? I lifted all of that hand, as you know, like Nanette knows as well, and people who've seen it, with this baby here. Oh, where are you?
Why is that on there?
Yeah, so there you go. Sometimes you get clear, sometimes you don't. Wendy?
I'm clear again.
You're clear again. That's what I mean. Let it all happen. It will.
We can change it from let it go to let it all happen. Does that work for you, Nanette?
Oh, jeez.
Just saying.
Oh gosh. But I'm actually emotionally attached to quite a lot of my paintings too, and ones that I don't care for. It's really funny. People like, actually, the ones that I don't really pay much attention to, and the ones that I really, really like and I'm really attached to, they're going, "What's that?" Do you know what I mean? Too.
But you know what? I think a lot. I mean, you and I will have to go through all of that at one point in time. But we were talking that one time, and it could be because of your the actual composition of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more stagnant versus dynamic, and it could just be, the shift of a figure just slightly to the left or slightly to the right to make that difference.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, for those,
Seriously.
yeah, for those guys in the chat, do you guys get emotionally attached to your paintings or drawings? Do you, you know, how do you feel about stuff? Do you just draw for the sake of drawing, or yeah? Anyway,
I think that's one of the hardest things about doing YouTube, because you don't want to just, I don't say you, I don't like to just do something for the sake of doing it, right? There has to be either an emotional attachment for me or an actual purpose, like I'm teaching somebody something or something like that. But even teaching something is sometimes difficult, because it's like sometimes you have to choose a certain project or a certain thing to actually teach. And how many times do you want to do an orb? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you have to start with the most basic, and it's an orb or a triangle or a square or something. And it's like, how many times do you really want to do an orb? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes it a little difficult. You know, it's like, well, I really don't want to do an orb, but I kind of need to for this particular project or something like that. I mean, it doesn't take that long, but at the same time, it's like, really, do we have to go over an orb again? You know, it's kind of like one of those things, but at the same time, you know, you're giving value to your viewer too. So it's kind of like a give and take in that instance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so, well, here's something else too. Taking breaks as well.
Taking breaks.
Do you guys take breaks? If you're in the
Chrissy,
middle of
do you take breaks?
Yeah, I do. I walk away for about, I do. Why do you say that?
How often do you get demotivated when you do that for that particular piece?
I don't get demotivated. No, because my I'm always wanting to. I'm trying to finish it, but I don't want it to look yucky either. But my whole motivation is to start it and finish it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll go, right, now I really need to finish this. Like right now, nothing's happening here at the moment. I mean, you know, I'm
making way more progress than you.
Yeah, I'm a female. I should be able to do like about 10 things all at once. But I'm a bit distracted. Nanette says also, where was it? Oh, I read it. Oh, yeah. Yes, they are my babies. Because Nanette likes animals, and I know that you draw your cats because I've seen them as well. So, yeah, you would get emotionally attached to those as well. Nanette says, I must take breaks. I have a sensitive back and have to be careful. Jeff goes, no breaks, just more physio. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I get up. I'm here for about maybe 20, 25 minutes. I'll get up, I'll walk, I might get a glass of water. Believe it or not, I actually drink water as well, right? I'll get a glass of
water. Are you sure it's water?
Well, hang on. Look.
Don't you mean like Jen meaning water? I mean,
there is water, but that's not getting a workout at the moment. Hang on. I'm just looking at the time. Oh, look, bugger it. It's before 12. So, cheers, everyone. I better not put anything over my painting here. So,
no spitting.
No spitting. Wow, that was very nice.
You noticed I tried doing that when you were drinking.
Yeah, fine. Living on the wild side, Jeff. Okay. Water rusts. Okay. Yeah, so there you go.
So what's the longest break you've taken for your piece?
Are we taking, okay. You mean like as in when you got a few on the go? Is that what you mean, like a break?
Or if you just said, I can't do this anymore, so I'm going to take a break from it, and then I'll start it again later after I do a piece or two.
Okay. Okay, I have
Oh,
to...
wait, I know what piece it is, but besides that one, beyond that one...
Oh, my goodness, you read my mind. I was about to say that. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, see, I knew you were going there.
Okay, not that one, but the ones that I normally do. Probably the longest one was one of my jacks. It was over the Easter... It was over the Easter break. He was the jack of spades. It was, I don't know if you guys remember the one where I had I was drawing. He was actually, he had a lot of clothes on, which was strange for one of my jacks. He had all this.
Oh, that was the polar bear one.
Yeah, that's right, the polar bear one. That one took the longest, but I suppose I could blame the. It was a Christmas break or an Easter break. No, I think it was a Christmas break. It was one of those breaks. And
yeah, blame it on the break.
On the break. It was the Christmas break, I think, So, but totally focused in getting it finished. You know what I mean? So I was right on it, So yeah.
Well, at the rate it's going, my lizard is going to be my second longest.
How are you going with that one?
It's still sitting in the exact same spot as the last time you saw it. It has not moved.
Why aren't you motivated to get into it?
Well, I've had the other stuff that I've had to do.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole computer issue, and then, just one thing after another, and it's still sitting there. And now I'm not even really motivated to do it because it's like, I don't really want to do the scales that are left because I now know what a pain in the butt they are. But I mean, it's just his face and his neck. That's all it is. So, yeah. Tell us about the lizard. Would you like to see the lizard?
Yes.
I can show you the lizard.
Yeah. Have a look. You know what? If she finishes it, it'll be fantastic, Nanette. And Jeff.
If I ever finish it.
Jeff.
Let me go grab it. Hold on. It's been sitting here so long that all of the paper and everything is like... Yeah, all the...
See? Look at that, folks. You sneaky lush.
Somebody's calling you a lush. Look at that.
Now, can you tell me what that means? Look at that lizard. Now, can you tell me?
See, there's not really that much. Well, I guess there's about,
do you see?
Over half his body left.
You have to finish it. It is, oh, man.
But see, it's been sitting here so long. All of the, yeah, just, yeah. It'll get done one of these days, much like the dog. Thank you, Jeff.
Isn't it? Just fantastic. See, this is what I mean. See? Yeah, for sure. And that and explain what's g'day Iris, how you going?
Iris.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Oh my goodness, what time is it there in Italy? It's got to be 3 o'clock in the morning. Has to be. Has to be. What was the surface? Explain to people what the surface of that. So
that surface. Sorry, I have to empty this, and my pencil broke inside it. Of course, that surface is the UArt 600 sanded paper, and I chose, interestingly, well, I sort of chose it for 2 reasons. Number one, I wanted to work colored pencil on sanded paper, and number two, I wanted to use brush and pencil on the sky. So, of course, you have to use certain, looking for something to get this out. You have to use certain papers with that, that medium. So I had to use a sanded paper, and one of them that was recommended was the Xrissart. So I tried Xrissart, and I absolutely love the sanded paper with colored pencil. Not so much brush and pencil. Don't really care for it. I can get the same effect with Xrissart and OMS that I can with sanded paper and brush and pencil. Well, not quite the same. It's almost the same, but I don't see really the point of brush and pencil when I can do what I can do with the OMS on that paper. I really don't.
Iris says, you know, I'd love to stay and chat, but it's 3:30. Left a like. Talk to you ladies soon. Much love. Hildy, an hour later. Here, but still awake. Oh my goodness. Hildy, you have to beat me hands down in staying awake during the night. I am sure of it. I am sure of it. Oh my goodness. You are a trooper.
Thank you for dropping by, even though it was quick. Thank you so much.
And then it says, you are going to be a wreck tomorrow. Iris and Hildy, yes, that's happened to me as well.
I have to take blame for one time.
Oh, yeah.
So Christy and I were talking, and what time did you go to bed? 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning or something like that?
It was, by the time I got to bed, it was 3, because it was about 10:30 in the evening, and I said, oh, look, I really need to talk to you just very quickly, very brief.
Okay, when we get on the phone, it's never brief, guys. Never.
Brief. So, it's a long time, and I have been up doing artwork as well that time. So, and what I usually do sometimes is I get on people's live streams and I'm listening to their live stream as well while I'm doing my artwork. So that keeps my bum on the seat, doesn't it?
She also listens to live streams while we're talking too.
I do that, you see? I can do that. Yes. So, okay, so here we go. So we were talking about taking breaks.
Okay, so my longest break was about 8 months.
8 months. 8 months, wow.
That was the ice. And
why did you
I got super demotivated, and then I said, I'm going to finish this. I'll just one day I said I'm going to finish it. And once I put my mind to it and said I was going to finish it, I finished it in a week. That was my very first colored pencil piece, by the way.
Okay. Wow. And here's a question too. Do for again with photos, do you take your own photos?
When I was in photography, because I took a couple photography classes, I would take a lot of photos because, you know, I kind of had to. Not so much on just the regular photography, but when I got into digital photography, I have so many photos. It's ridiculous. And I have some that I want to draw, but, you know, yeah. In fact, one of my acrylic pieces I did for, in one of my classes, I actually took the photo of it.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually my photo.
Yeah. And you know what? If you've got a backyard, different if you've got an apartment, but it doesn't matter. And if you like plants and insects and stuff like that, you just go out into your backyard and take photos. For example, if you've got a macro lens, you know, you can go right close, focus right into some insects. I actually managed to take a photo of an insect, and it scared the living hell out of me, because I'm thinking, can you imagine if that was like my height with all of these eyes? I'm thinking, oh, thank goodness God made us this way, because I'd be so scared. But hang on, I'm digressing here, but yeah, but you can go out to your backyard and take photos. And so you've got some, you know, lots of things. Annette says, I've got some great pics of eagles. I took screenshots of a live stream and it worked great. Yeah. Yes, I love to photograph the kangaroos in my yard.
Now you see what I was laughing at. Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? Funny you should say that, Nanette, because where I live, right? Where I live, not far away, I do have kangaroos bouncing around. I gotta say, so not that far away. It's probably about maybe a 2-minute drive, and I'm there. So.
Well, I have gators, so yeah.
Serious?
Oh yeah. Oh, honey, can you send me that picture you took of the gator?
Right.
Yeah.
Hilda says, I have ordered a macro lens. Get it in a few days. Hope to take some of my own reference pictures. Oh wow, I've got a macro lens too. So you're going to freak out when you start playing with it and you go right close up to certain things and you're thinking, oh my goodness. And plus your resolution will be really good too. Yeah. So, but my problem is always the setup of the camera. I always have problems with the setup. I'm always challenged this way. And just when or you know, like my f-stops and all of that, I always, just when I think, or just when I know that I've got, when I've got that down pat, like the meaning of what f-stop this and f-stop that, it just flies out of my head. So, and then it says, don't magnify a huntsman spider.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh wow, you took this?
So there's Tim took it. So how far were you?
Probably about 6 feet.
About 6 feet away. And then here's this one.
I was about 2 feet away.
And he was 2 feet away from this one.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
If you want to meet everybody, you can come meet everybody.
Yeah,
if you
say
want.
hello.
Yeah, okay. My husband says, wait, this way. Right there.
Up.
Look in there. There you go.
Hey, Tim.
Okay. He's gone.
Yeah, so, you know, taking your own photographs is good for, like, your composition. So, you know what? I don't think there's
You know, I think if you take a photograph that you absolutely love and want to do, I think you're going to be emotionally attached to it naturally because you've done that piece from start to finish, including the reference photo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 So, yeah, you would get emotionally attached to that. You know what, Wendy? Yours is so nice. I really love the concept. I really, really do.
Thank you.
Serious.
I could do more over here, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna do what Chrissy absolutely loves.
Oh wow. Yeah. That black.
Look at that nice clean edge.
Yeah, that black background. It's super black. That is fantastic.
Isn't that awesome? That's why I said, I mean, these pencils are, you know, love, hate, because if you could see the rest of my desk, it's a mess. It's got black all over it. But, I mean, it's kind of like color pencil. I mean, not color pencil, but pastels where you just clean up afterwards.
Yeah. So satisfying, says Nanette. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I have to get you guys some sort of satisfaction. I mean, come on now. Chrissy never finishes a piece on stream. I was determined to get one to finish on stream.
Well, you know what? I wanted to have most of this lady done and just do the details. But I had visitors that came over yesterday. And I know it's my excuse, right? That is my excuse. It's an excuse.
That's because you're such a social butterfly.
And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Puts me to shame.
Everybody's just sitting here watching.
Yeah, I am. I'm watching it.
That's awesome.
I love it. Can you? Is it somewhat? Can you do like a close up or yeah when you're done?
Yeah, let me get the last one off. Because, you know, we have to... Oh, wait. Let me come up here.
Yeah.
Trying to come over. I'm not all the way... Here we go. You know, the whole satisfaction and all.
The Prime Minister visited
There
again.
goes the paper.
Prime Minister? The Prime Minister? Nanette, please explain. And you have to tell me what lush means. What does lush mean?
You don't know what lush means?
No.
Really?
No, that's a US term. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what the word... No, hang on. I know what the word lush means, but Nanette saw me take a swig of my red wine.
Okay, so what do you think lush means?
Lush. Something that is luxurious.
Okay, that's one way of lush. And there's also another definition of lush. And a lush is basically when, like, you're drinking a lot and you just, like... I can't even explain. You need to look it up. Here. I'll give you the direct definition.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. First this. Sorry.
Let
me make my screen big so I can see that I'm in frame all the way. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So...
You know what? The portrait,
I have to go over that.
The portrait
sucks. Look at her.
No
oh my
way.
god. It looks like a man.
Well, I don't know. From where I'm looking, it looks okay. Oh, and look at the bug, the ladybug on the rickshaw. You know what? That is so awesome. That is awesome. Really, you know what? And I really like the idea. I like the idea of the ladybug pulling the rickshaw. A lush is someone who really likes her wine.
There you go.
So add the other, okay, that's another nickname that you can add to the list. I love that. Dictionary.com. You know what? I didn't even get very far. How bad is this? Well, I've got to zoom in so you can see how much.
We don't have to stop just because I'm done.
So much I didn't do. Shame, shame, shame.
You're so funny.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. So.
Drunkard, alcoholic, sot. Intoxicating liquor. Verb used without object. To drink liquor. Verb used with object. To drink liquor. Well, duh. You just said that, right? So there you go.
Oh my god.
Let's see if there's any other crazy. Nope, there's no other crazy term. Oh, you know what we should do? I know what we should do. UrbanDictionary.com.
Hang on. Something happened here. You can see my camera. Hang on. Gosh, what happened there? Oh, I know what's happened. Hang on. Excuse me just for a sec. Here we go. Another sec. Ah!
Christy's getting crazy.
Hang on. I got to stand up. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh gosh. Sorry, you're going to get my hands again. Get this back in the shot.
Become intoxicated and flirt.
What? And yeah. Flirt. I flirt too.
Now you know.
Okay, that's another nickname. Oh. Here we go. Sorry, folks. You're probably all dizzy by now.
British slang term to describe something pleasing or desirable.
Oh, I'll go with that one. A lush is a wino. Oh, thanks, Jeff.
If presented with an opportunity to drink shamelessly and in large quantities, and if in the mood for drunken good time, a lush generally won't pass it up.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh well.
See, you're learning all kinds of stuff from us tonight.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So, Jeff says, see you guys. Great morning. Boss wants to go for a coffee. Boss means it's his wife.
Yes, it does.
All right. Jeff, thanks very much for popping by. Loved your company. Thank you so much.
Happy boss, happy life. Have a good morning.
That's exactly right.
Although, coffee's still nasty, by the way.
I am.
Just saying.
Wendy doesn't like coffee. Wendy doesn't like coffee. Yeah. So, but look, I just wanted to know, like, do you guys, you know, maybe we can maybe start to wrap it up. What do you think, Wendy?
I haven't gotten anything done.
I know. Look at this. I have to go too. I've enjoyed tonight. Oh, look, thank you so much, Nanette. Thank you so much
Bye,
for popping
Nanette.
by.
Have a good evening. Sleep well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, look, there's no way I'm going to even have anything done on this. Look at this. All I've been doing is just talking. All I've been doing is just talking and
You're being the social butterfly that you like to be.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. But I'm quite happy to stay on if you guys are quite happy to hear us carry on. Yeah.
We're very good at carrying on, by the way.
Yeah.
And you never know what you learn with us. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, Wendy is... you know what? Wendy, can you tell people where to find you? Can you tell people where to find you, like all your sites? I know I've got all your sites in our, like in the description box below, but can you tell people where to find you?
Sure. I am known as Artista365 on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and is that it? Vero. Where else am I? Twitch. And anything that says Artista365, like I also have like Artista365 Gamer and stuff like that. That's still me. I'm just trying to brand myself across everything I do as Artista365. So yes, I do play games because, you know, I'm crazy like that.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, what I might do is, Wendy, do you have anything to add to our conversation regarding composing your projects? Is there anything that you thought that we didn't cover that you might want to talk about?
I think the only other thing is the actual composition itself, to really keep in mind. The most interesting pieces are the most dynamic pieces. And some people don't really think about dynamics. I'm going to eventually do a series on this, but, you know, who knows when at this point. But it's actually, you know, keeping the rule of thirds in mind and knowing how to break them, knowing how to point people around your piece, whether it's through line or through color or, you know, even something small as the direction that the person's looking. You know, you really have to take all these things into consideration. And it could be just a matter of tweaking things just a little bit to make it more dynamic than, you know, just leaving it like it is. If you use rule of thirds, typically if you use the rule of thirds and you actually put it in the different squares, it's not as dynamic as if you put it where the crosshairs are. Put it where the crosshairs are, then you'll have more of a dynamic piece. So those, you know, that's basically and you know, in the square versus on the crosshair could be a very minor change, but it would make such a huge difference. Eyes. If it's just one person, I always consider where the eyes are hitting on a piece, whether it's you know, the top line. And I always try to make at least one eye. If I can, I try to make one eye hit that cross line, always. So it's just minor things, but you know,
that's a very good point.
They make a huge difference.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Yeah. The rule of thirds.
And that's something you and I have talked about a little bit, you know. And then you have the golden rule or golden ratio. You know, that's another whole issue in itself. The Mona Lisa was formed on the golden ratio. So, you know, it's something that you just keep in mind. So
yeah, see, yeah, I always think of as well, I always think of the color and the contrasts of the color, like the color wheel, the complementary, the colors. Like for example, like in this one where you see, I made sure that the blue, because her face is going to be tan, and of course the blue is complementary to that, sort of, you know what I mean?
But would you consider that composition itself, or would that go more into design? Because I look at this is where, you know, the whole, you know, looking at things in different ways. Different artists have different ways of looking at things. So I look at composition as the actual layout itself, right? And then I look at the color scheme and things like that, more of the design of the composition. Does that make sense? I know I give you something. You're speechless again. This is 3 times this week.
Yeah. Oh, definite. Yeah, definite. Yeah. Plus, I love color too. So.
Yeah.
I love.
You know, Tim asked me why I do so much, because I'm pretty good at graphite. Oh. So he's like, "Why do you do so much color pencil?" And I'm like, "Because I like color, and I feel I'm really strong in graphite, and I want to, you know, work on my skills a little bit more for color pencil."
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there you go. That's why I've been doing more color pencil.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think it's so. Are you going to be tweaking that some more, or?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I told you I'm not done. I'm never done. Come on. But if you want to go, we can go.
Yeah.
If you want to stay, we can stay.
Yeah.
I'm easy.
Yeah.
Ask my husband. No. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, I might wrap this one up, I think. Yeah. But look, you know what? I tell you what. Maybe we'll consider doing this. Maybe, you know, every fortnight. If you know, we'll get on, and then whoever wants to join in can join in, I suppose. Maybe one mid-month and one at the end of the month.
Because we like to get it on.
Yeah.
You know, sadly, I was singing that right before we started, you know.
Yeah, baby. Isn't that that's another movie. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I tell you what, Wendy, I think we'll wrap it up. And we'll probably, of course, we'll do this again, and I'll have to think of, or you can think of something for us to talk about.
Well, clearly they want to, you know, chime in as well. So if y'all have any ideas or suggestions or subjects to either talk about or do, or a challenge you want us to take on, let us know.
Oh, this will be good.
You can text us or email us or write it in the comments of the video once it, you know, goes up. We would love to hear what you say and want to know what you guys want to see and hear and talk about. And you know, I'll just keep blabbing on. I'll shut up.
All right then. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining Wendy and myself. We have a blast. We always do. And thank you for everyone who's popped by. And for those in the playback, we'd love to hear your comments. So until the next time, bye for now.
Bye, guys.